Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well. We'll take a show of hands for questions, please. Somewhere to start. Jamie in the middle.
Hi, Pep. You always defend your players publicly, and I understand completely why. But the way in which they sort of capitulated at the end, was that sort of unprofessional, surprising? The way they sort of panicked and allowed 3 goals from 75 minutes in.
Oh no! I'll continue with the same. So it's not necessary to say anything to them. They know it perfectly. So 3 episodes, and they didn't allow us to win what we needed for many, many reasons, not just for the terms of qualification or get the points to go through, for many other reasons, and it's what it is. So difficult to swallow right now, and so the game was good. We scored 3, we could score more, we do everything, but at the end we give away, especially the first one, and after we are not stable enough to do it. And it's not about no run or the commitment or nothing as that, but football, you have to be in certain moments do it. And right now it's the second goal, the second post, touch post, Eddie finishing the place when the player is there, and the last action, Jack, shoot, deflection, keeper, post, and go out. So in that situation, everything is like that. So, but improve. What can we do? So rest 1 or 2 days and prepare Anfield.
It's just about Anfield. How will you try and lift them for this test?
We have to. It's my job. We lift them. We play a good game, but of course we need to do it, and we were not able to control the last minutes.
Hi, Pep. There were boos at the end from the fans. Can you understand that? Do you think your players deserve that, especially after everything you've achieved?
Last game against Tottenham with 0-4, they were there, supporters, they applaud. Of course, they're disappointed. Of course, we understand it. They have done it properly.
You wouldn't expect that, would you?
Sorry?
You wouldn't expect that after the success you've had here.
People come here not to remember the success in the past. Come here today, see the team win and perform well, and they have to do. So we are not the only ones. We are not the ones. I'm not the one when the situation is bad or good. What they have to do, I'm not saying when it's bad. So they support us all the time. When we go away, our fans are amazing. They're traveling, and it's nothing to do. Of course, they are completely right to express what they feel. Absolutely.
Pep, you said this week that you've learned in your managerial career you don't necessarily have to shout at the players, you take your time. This week, how do you help them? You said they know what they need to do to perform better at Liverpool. How do you help them get back to their best this week? Because that is obviously a huge...
No, now is we didn't talk absolutely in that moment. It's like I said with James, so everybody knows the situation. I don't have to add absolutely anything. So now tomorrow we have to train recovery and prepare the next game, day off, and have 2 or 3 days to prepare that and go for it. So we will learn for the future, and is been, and will be a tough season for us, and we have to accept it from many, many circumstances. And today, unfortunately, the game wasn't well done, so we punished them in the right moment. The team was so commitment in many, many things, but unfortunately, in the moment something happened, we are not strong enough, and we have to try to avoid that mistakes.
Yes, Pep, 6 games in a row now without a victory. How does this affect you as a manager and a person?
We didn't lose today. So now is the subject, another one. Of course, disappointed. Looks like a lose a game. So 10, 15 minutes left, 3-0, and for them was perfect, 3-0. They didn't say the feeling, I want to come back with a 3-1 or 3-2. They were there, waiting, we were in control, and after we give away the first goal, and after was more difficult.
Hi, Pep. Josko Gvardiol was at fault for 2 more goals today. How do you lift him? Because he just looks...
He's so young, he will learn. He's so young, he will learn. It will be a good experience. But the play have played, he was the best player on the pitch. The best player on the pitch. But I will be so wrong if I point a specific thing to out the fit. He's so young, he will learn. He's a fantastic player, fantastic boy, and now more than ever must be helped.
You kind of suggested on Saturday that maybe the players are struggling to cope in game when there are setbacks, to deal with that when it's happening. Did you feel that today when the first and second goal goes in? And is it just a confidence thing? Is it just something that's in the players' minds?
Yeah, of course they feel it, so they want to win, desperate. That's why they play the way they play. So it's not easy. So and they play really good and many aspects. So how many chances we concede? But again, 3 goals. We made 26 shoots against Tottenham day 9 and we lost 0-4. So we were a team, always we concede few goals in these 8-9 years. We were so stable through the games, to control, to defend well, and now it's not going to happen. So the game was 4-3-0 even more. I don't remember the first half, maybe one shoot, a deflection, not much. But we cannot close the games, and every time they arrive, they score.
Pep, could you just take us quickly into the thinking behind the triple change at 3-0?
The change?
Yeah, the triple change.
Yeah, and Nathan came with 3-0, 20 minutes left, and then the game was not in danger. I didn't have the feeling that they attack, and because 3-0 is never over, but it happened, and Nathan had been injured for many times. And he did one exposed 90 minutes. Gundogan is the only holding midfielder we have, and that's why he make substitutions. And the other one was Phil, the same, play a lot of minutes, and of course I do it for the Kevin get rhythm for the best way. I don't know if Kevin with the same with Maka, and Jamai always is so stable emotionally in this type of games, and Rico was playing really good, and Mateus always was in the best moment of the game, the second half, after marvelous assist and everything, and the game wasn't completely fine. So I didn't have the feeling, but the moment we give away the first goal, and afterwards more unstable.
Hi, Pep. It's Boris from Antenna 5. In these situations, we ask about positives. At least you didn't lose this game if there is some sort of a positive. And again, you said before, in your career, you've not faced a challenge like this. This is not a football challenge, after all. It's a mental one, isn't it? We were talking to Spurs at the time when they were throwing away games, leading 3-0, 4-0, whatever. They call them Spursy at times. Is there a fear that there might be a situation where you can't explain why you can't contain the result? Before you score 1 goal, we expect you to score even more goals, and win games as soon as you win.
It happened today. We score 1 or some more. Yeah, we are not able to win games. So, as a team, always we found a way. Always we found a way in the last years, many years, we found a way to win the games. In one way, and the other way was always different. And right now, after 3-0, in other situations, more, nothing happened. Nothing happened. So we could not score the 4, we could not score the 5th, but nothing happened. So I was in control, and now it doesn't happen.
Last one with Sam, please.
Hi, Pep. Sorry to go off topic, but you've got a cut, and apparently some others.
Yeah. With my finger here, with my nail.
That's fine.
I want to hurt myself. Yeah. Good night.
It'll be okay.
Ik denk niet dat je vertaling nodig hebt, maar mocht het nodig zijn, dan het is allemaal het is anders.
Gewoon Nederlands antwoorden?
Yeah, I'll point them. Yeah. We'll start with the...
Aha, ik zie een blij gezicht daar.
Over there, front row, oké. Goedenavond, we gaan nabeschouwen. Na deze wedstrijd doen we met de aanvoerder Quinten Timber. En we beginnen bij NOS, Armand.
Quinten, kan jij uitleggen wat hier vanavond is gebeurd?
Kan ik uitleggen wat er is gebeurd? Ja, heel makkelijk eigenlijk. Ik kom 3-0 achter. En je maakt 3-3 bij City uit. Dat is er gebeurd eigenlijk.
Had je er zelf nog één geloof in na 3-0 achter?
Ja, ik zei het net al na de wedstrijd. Kijk, in het begin had je het best wel zwaar. Wat ook te verwachten was. Je weet dat ze gaan pushen. We konden er geen druk op krijgen. Wat we op een gegeven moment wel wilden. En aan het einde van de eerste helft lukte dat wel. Dan is het zonde dat je die penalty tegenkrijgt. Vlak voor rust. Nou, dan gaan we met vertrouwen toch wel de kleedkamer in. Kom je de kleedkamer ook uit met vertrouwen. Maar ja, ik denk dat het druk zetten op in de tweede helft, begin tweede helft, gewoon niet goed genoeg was. Waardoor zij door die extra ruimte ons uitspeelden. En al snel 2-3-0 maakten. Dan ga je met elkaar praten van oké, we gaan het wat kleiner houden als team zijnde. Maar we willen toch wel druk vooruit krijgen. We willen niet alleen maar achteruit lopen. Maar je wil ook niet eraf gaan met 6-7-0. Dat is niet de bedoeling. Uiteindelijk maak je die 3-1 en dan voel je toch wel dat er wat te halen valt als team zijnde. Ik denk dat de wissels ook wat extra's brachten. Zij wisselen ook door. En dan maak je die 3-2 en dan krijg je nog meer geloof. En uiteindelijk komt de 3-3 en dat is extra mooi.
Ja, we zien die stralende glimlach, maar dit is een unieke avond voor jullie, voor heel Feyenoord, voor het Nederlands voetbal. Wat hier gebeurd is tegen een van de beste teams van de laatste 10 jaar in Europa. Ja, hoe zit jij hier nu na zo'n 3-3, na zo'n krankzinnige ontknoping? Wat voel jij nu?
Ja, ik denk dat het later pas gaat landen. Uiteindelijk, ik kan wel zeggen van je wil natuurlijk winnen. Maar ja, wat je zegt, die speelt tegen, ik denk wel het beste team van de afgelopen jaren. Van Europa, van de wereld eigenlijk wel. En dan kom je 3-0 achter. En als je dan 3-3 kan maken, dat is krankzinnig. Dus ik denk dat we wel blij kunnen zijn vandaag om wat we gepresteerd hebben als team zijn. En het is niet de eerste keer dat we zoiets laten zien, dus dat zegt ook wel wat over het team.
ESPN.
Ja, Quinten, vlak voor rust was er nog een enorme domper met de strafschop. Daar was jij ook bij betrokken. Ja. Vond je het een strafschop?
Ik heb het niet teruggezien. Weet je wat het is? Ik geef hem aanleiding om te geven. Dus dat is al genoeg. Dus vond jij het een strafschop?
Hij kan hem geven, maar...
Ja, hetzelfde antwoord eigenlijk. Ja, precies. Dat is al genoeg.
Ja, dan is het op een gegeven moment 3-0. En dan worden er ook wel wat grote kleppers naar de kant gehaald. Gundogan gaat eraf, Foden gaat eraf. Heb je het idee dat ze jullie misschien toen onderschatten? Dat ze misschien bezig waren met Liverpool vanaf dat moment?
Weet je wie erin kwam?
Kevin De Bruyne en ook 2 jeugdspelers. Ake ging er nog uit?
Ja, nee, klopt. Nee, wat ik zeg, ze beginnen ook te wisselen. En ze brengen wat jongens erin. En Kevin De Bruyne dan bijvoorbeeld, die ook het verschil kan maken weer. En dat zag je ook wel. En wat jonge jongens. Dat zou je aan hun moeten vragen waarom zij dat doen. Wat ik zei, onze wissels gaven ons ook extra energie en extra boost. En ja, het moet uiteindelijk allemaal wel goed vallen. En dat gebeurde ook vanavond.
Wat zegt het dat jullie bij Benfica kunnen winnen, bij Girona kunnen winnen, hier een punt kunnen pakken in de Champions League?
Wat zegt het? Dat we een goed team hebben. Die op de momenten wanneer we er moeten staan, staan we er. Je hebt 3 uitwedstrijden gehad, 3 pittige uitwedstrijden ook. En als je dan alle 3 de wedstrijden punten kan behalen, dat zegt heel veel over het team, over de mentaliteit dat we als team tonen. En dat we echt samen willen werken en echt ergens naartoe willen werken ook.
Voetbal International, Martijn?
Ja. Kun je nou eens uitleggen wat er nou verandert dan in een ploeg? Je komt op die 3-1 en dan gaat het bij jullie lopen en bij hun niet. Kun je dat uitleggen? Wat voel je dan? Wat gebeurt er?
Ja, het is moeilijk uit te leggen. Dat voel je gewoon in het veld. Je voelt, je begint naar elkaar te schreeuwen. Je begint toch wel beter druk te zetten. Iets harder gaan lopen. Heel het momentum draait om eigenlijk. En ja, dat is gewoon... Ik weet niet of je hebt gevoetbald, maar als je hebt gevoetbald, dan snap je wat ik bedoel. Dan, het draait gewoon helemaal om. En dan moet je ook als team aanvoelen van oké, nu moeten we echt... Nu kunnen we ervoor gaan. Laten we niet terughoudend gaan doen. Laten we gewoon gaan pushen en dat hebben we gedaan.
Eén ding nog. Deze wedstrijd was voor jou gewoon een zekerheidje dat je die kon spelen? Omdat je natuurlijk is veel gegaan, hè, over die week bij Oranje. Of je dat achteraf nou wel of niet had moeten doen. Kun je daar nog wat over zeggen? Hoe je daar zelf op terugkijkt?
Ja, uiteindelijk was ik wel... Ik heb 90 minuten gespeeld. Ik moet zeggen, het voelde wel weer anders. Natuurlijk is het ook gewoon een Champions League wedstrijd, dus op hoog niveau. Maar ik heb volgens mij 2,5 weken alweer niet gespeeld. En dat voel je wel, dat je dan weer even in de ritme moet komen. Dus dat voel je in een wedstrijd. Ik denk de afgelopen periode waren leermomenten. Er is veel gezegd en geschreven over mij persoonlijk. Ik denk dat het belangrijkste is dat iedereen weet, zodat Feyenoord weet, dat ik altijd 120% geef. Voor de club en voor het team. En dat weten mijn teamgenoten ook. En dat heb ik de afgelopen periode ook gedaan. En dat wilde ik bij Oranje ook doen. Dat geldt hetzelfde eigenlijk. Daar wil ik ook altijd 120% geven. Want natuurlijk altijd een eer als je daarvoor wordt opgeroepen. En dat heb ik daar ook geprobeerd. Uiteindelijk op trainingen dan, want ik heb niet meer gespeeld. moet ik ook zeggen, uiteindelijk is het ook een leermoment geweest. Ik ben ook ben een grens overgegaan voor mijn lichaam, voor mijn hoofd eigenlijk ook. Al in die eerdere wedstrijden. Ook omdat ik voor het team wil strijden en er wil staan en mijn verantwoordelijkheid wil nemen. We zaten die periode ook in een goede flow. En toen kwamen een paar pittige wedstrijden naar Utrecht. En dan wil je dat doortrekken. Want ik zeg, dat zijn weer leermomenten. En daar ik moet eigenlijk vooruit kijken en dat volgende keer beter aanpakken.
Gaan een beetje afronden, Dennis?
Ja. Hey Quinten. Het had ook een verhaal kunnen zijn hoe je eigenlijk in een paar minuten tijd een wedstrijd uit handen geeft. Als het niet loopt hoe het uiteindelijk loopt. Ben je als sportman dan ook toch met die analyse ook al snel bezig? Of zit je nu nog in de euforie?
Tijdens de wedstrijd, bedoel je? Of nu?
Nee, ja, nu ook. Dat je ook
nee, eigenlijk niet. Maar dat is iets goeds. Dat moet je uiteindelijk weer analyseren. Dat hebben we nu nog niet gedaan.
Nee.
En heeft de trainer ook nog niet gezegd. Maar je hebt gelijk. Wat ik zeg, er gebeurt zoveel in de wedstrijd. Hè? Dus voor de eerste 15, 20 minuten is het helemaal voor hun. Daarna krijg je wat meer controle, denk ik. Creëer je kleine kansjes als we die wat beter uitspelen. Ik denk zelf ook wat vaster zijn aan de bal. Nou, dan kan je misschien nog iets eruit halen aan het einde van de eerste helft. Maar dan geef je ook een penalty weg. Uiteindelijk, wat ook onnodig is. Dus eigenlijk het einde van de eerste helft en het begin van de tweede helft. Wat ik wel vaker heb meegemaakt bij Feyenoord volgens mij. Dat we in Europese wedstrijden, als ik het goed herinner, vorig jaar Atletico uit. Dan geven we het ook weg aan het einde van de eerste helft en het begin tweede helft. En dat is gewoon weer een les voor ons. Dat we daar gewoon slimmer in moeten zijn. Maar het is altijd wel mooi dat je kan terugvechten tegen zo'n goede ploeg.
Ten slotte heb je er een verklaring voor dat het is heel ongebruikelijk dat jullie juist in de uitwedstrijden en dat op Champions League niveau, dat je daar je punt haalt. Want meestal ook bij Feyenoord en heel vaak in de Champions League is het juist andersom het geval. Maar waar zit dat hem in, denk je?
Ik heb eigenlijk geen verklaring daarvoor. Ik heb bijna overal antwoord op, maar op die niet.
Als je die puzzel ook nog legt en je pakt ze thuis ook nog dan.
Ja, nee, de volgende is Sparta-Praag thuis. Dus dat wordt een belangrijke wedstrijd. Natuurlijk eerst aankomend weekend. Maar de volgende Champions League wedstrijd wil je natuurlijk ook wel gewoon winnen. En die is thuis, dus laten we ons best doen.
Zet hem op, dankjewel.
Final question then. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations, incredible result tonight. How much of a confidence boost will this be for the rest of the season? You're still alive in the Champions League. You could play football after the league phase. And can you look back on this game and those fantastic 30 minutes tonight to say that, oh, this was it. This is how we started winning.
It's a long question, you know.
Yeah.
But what he already said, I think in the away games we did really well. Benfica, Girona, and now Man City, all tough away games. And I think now we have to make sure that we also do the same in the home games. And the next one is Sparta Prague, and I think we have to look at it game by game and not too far ahead. But it will give definitely a boost for the rest of the season. And I think till the next break, we have a few matches, 6 matches I think. It will give us a boost for sure.
Thank you. Dankjewel.
Fijne avond.
Ja, je
Dennis. Second place?
Yeah.
He started. Okay, so klaar.
Yeah. Oké. Yes.
Gefeliciteerd. Ik denk dat het op zijn plek is, toch? Voelt het een punt dat voelt als een overwinning?
Yeah, I think it's, if you're from Feyenoord, from Rotterdam, then it was an unbelievable evening. The 90 minutes plus strange game, and then it ends up with a 3-3, which is an unbelievable result for us. Also remarkable in the essence of being 3-0 down around minute 75, away from home and against, for me still, the best team in the world, and then be able to pick up a really important point for us.
Wanneer kreeg jij het geloof of het gevoel dat dit inderdaad mogelijk was? Was dat na die 3-1?
No, it was actually at the 3-3.
Toen was het.
Yeah, no, it sounds strange. Obviously, you always believe, but we knew it was a difficult game, and I think you also saw it, especially the first 20, maybe 25 minutes. They played fast football. They found a lot of good spaces. We were not as tight as I wanted to in some elements, and we ended up a bit too low. The boys adjusted it a bit. David and Quinton found each other better in the defensive block, and we actually were able to get some transition, some possession moments where I then would have hoped that we had more quality, and we didn't. And then 3-0 down. Then you definitely think this is going to be a long night, tough evening, and then without, any tactical elements, but just individual quality and 3 key moments, we took him and put in the cynical element that you need to do when you play these games, and then also the individual quality gave us the draw.
Ging je eigenlijk al wisselen om de schade te beperken eventueel?
No, I didn't look at it from that point of view. We knew that Milambo still is on his way back from injury, and we still need to protect him. Gijs, a little bit the same. He got a knock, and maybe he's going to play again on Saturday. With Hugo out, we still need to be aware of some things. We know that David can play that left back, but no, we definitely didn't try to replace and then hope the best. But as I said already a lot of times this season, the boys are taking good steps every game they play. They are taking steps as an individual, but also as a team. And I think that's what you're seeing at the moment also. They're getting closer and closer together. You guys who were from Holland, you know that it was a new team that we built it up this beginning of the season, and now you're starting to see that these guys are trusting each other more and more, and also getting the effort and getting the mentality, because today was about character and mentality, and then we know we have quality, and the boys showed it, these 3 key moments.
Brian, je hebt veel meegemaakt, ook als trainer al, maar is dit wel de meest krankzinnige avond die je hebt meegemaakt als trainer?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the evenings that will stand out. I don't know if it ever happened before in Champions League, that 3-0 down after 70-75 minutes, and then running away with the draw. I don't know if it ever happened before. But big performance of the boys. They stayed in the game. They kept believing, and they kept pushing, and I can only praise them. It's their job. They did amazingly, and as I said, they kept believing.
Ongeacht de uitslag, wat leren de spelers nu in zo'n grote wedstrijd tegen zo'n grote tegenstander? Want je had fases. Eerste half uur moest er echt overleefd worden. Ook na rust een hele moeilijke fase.
Yeah, I definitely hope that they take away different things. Definitely the focus that you need to play over 90 minutes against a team like this. They take away the quality that is also required in games like this. And then hopefully also they take away the confidence that they are able to compete against the best ones. I know a lot of these boys, they've been looking forward always to play Champions League games, but definitely also play against the big guns, the big ones in the world, to see how far they are to compete at this level. And today I think they proved that they are able to compete at this level. Then it's always a challenge to do it game after game and week after week, but today was definitely a good experience for all of us.
Bij de rust was 1-0, je kwam het veld op. En toen kwam je het veld op samen met Haaland en stonden jullie een halve minuut samen te praten. Wat gebeurde daar?
No, not much. I know he understands a little bit of Danish. So no, I just told him he's a good player.
Laatste vraag. Sparta Praag, volgende tegenstander, je oude club. Thuis moet het nu ook een keer gaan gebeuren. Hoe moeilijk gaat dat worden? We would definitely like to win at home. European night at the Kuip should be a great evening for all of us. Then it doesn't matter that it's Sparta Prague. It's going to be the same approach for us, and definitely also for me. It's of course I cannot hide the the emotions for me and the feelings that I have for the club. But at the end of the day, I would love to give our amazing supporters also tonight. Would love to give everybody a good performance at the curb, and hopefully we can go into the game with just as much energy as today, and also in a couple of the away games that we had. We had a tough schedule leading up to the other Champions League home games, where we missed some energy, we missed some players due to injuries. So I'm hoping that we can show up well prepared, picking up points in the Eredivisie before Sparta, and then give everybody, all the supporters, an amazing evening at the curb.
Just on a personal note, it was not the easiest start for you at Feyenoord. Like you said, you had to build up a new team. But under your leadership, Feyenoord won at Benfica. Grabbed the point on an evening no one will ever forget here at Manchester City. What does it do with you?
Of course, it does something. But at the end, today I can only praise the boys. I didn't do much. To be honest, tactically, we didn't change when we were 3-0 down. We talked about some things at halftime. We practiced some things before the game. But today, for me, the boys they changed the game picture. They did the hard work. They kept believing and they kept pushing. And that's the most important thing, that you got players on the pitch that are able to take responsibility. And that's what we have at Feyenoord. That's what we have at the team. And then I'm part of it. I hope I have a big role in some elements, yes, but at the end it's a team effort, and I'm happy to see the progress that we've been making, because it was not an easy start for me and for us in general. We knew it when we looked at how the squad was built and with the transfers and all this, and it is not easy when you have to change things, and especially with 11 players, it takes time. And it's time we don't have, and it's time you don't give us, because the pressure's on, and that's part of it. That's why I love being at Feyenoord. I love being part of a big team where the expectations are huge, where they're massive, because it switches the brain on, and you have to work, and you have to push forward, and you have to take steps, even though the wind is blowing a bit. But I know that's where the brain is working best, is when you fail and when you struggle. And then you need to show resilience, whether you're coach or players. And I just love that word, resilience, and that's what these boys, they have.
Just some words about Hadj Moussa, who is started to score now game after game after game. What did you do to him?
Yeah, big respect to Anis. Big respect. We had a talk. I think it was maybe before Almere City. I can't remember. It's definitely leading up to that. Maybe before Salzburg. I'm not sure, but I had a talk with him and discussed his situation a bit. He obviously wanted to play more games, and that's fair. And then at the same time, I just told him that it's up to you. You just need to perform. If you're better than the other ones, I will play you. And respect to him, he really pushed in. It's at game number 4 and 4 goals. So all credit to him, and not just on the offensive part, but also on the defensive part. He actually showed really good discipline. The other Champions League games, I think I put him in as a wing back, and he delivered. So all respect to Anis. He really showed that he's a good player, and also adapting into Feyenoord, because it's not easy coming from Vitesse and from Belgium, and then into a top team where there's big expectations and there's also competition. And he definitely showed a good mentality over the last probably month or so.
Martijn.
Ja, na 3-0 bijna 4-0. En kan het ook zo'n avond worden dat het 5-6... hele gekke uitslag. Volgens mij heb je wel eens met Liverpool zoiets verloren, volgens mij, met Sparta.
Ja, yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, ja, dat snap ik ook wel. Maar het kan natuurlijk gebeuren, zoiets dan. Maar daar heb je niet over in de war gezeten.
I didn't really have the feeling, even though they scored 3-0, that it's going to be a tough night and a lot of goals against. I don't know why, but I didn't have that feeling. But obviously, you know, when you're 3-0 down and you play against some unbelievable good players, then there's a risk in that. But I had a good feeling of the players, that they stayed in the game and they stayed focused. And then, as I said, I think the key for this result was the moments we got. We took them. And I think the first goal says everything. It's a chance coming out of the blue, and we pick it up, and then it's 1-3, and then you definitely feel that the boys get some confidence, they get some belief.
And then when you get the 2-3, then it's all in. And that's why I said we took 3 key moments in a crucial moment of the game, where we put in not just the effort and the quality, but the individual decision making was spot on.
Kun je eens een keer wat zeggen over je centrum, Trouwen en Hansko? Dat speelt ook al een aantal jaar samen. In topwedstrijden zijn ze altijd wel in orde. Hoe kijk jij naar hen en hoe belangrijk zijn ze eigenlijk voor jullie in zulke grote wedstrijden?
But they are important, of course. They got the experience to play these kind of games. Gano is calm. I don't think I see a lot of emotions on him, whether good things or bad things. And then he stays calm, he stays focused, he stays in the game. David is, now I know him also a few months in Sparta, and I think you've seen him over these 2 years. He's an unbelievable soldier. He keeps going. Then I push him to the left back, and he keeps going over there. And even before he made the equalizer, he's actually signaling that he's done, he's finished, and we're about to sub him. And then he says, "No, I'll stay in," and then he keeps going. And you need these boys with this mentality and this character, and we got a lot of these ones. You see also Quinton today, he did not want to leave the pitch. He wanted to stay on, even though I think he was maybe running around with cramps at the end. And it is what football at the top level also is. Quality, yes, but mentality is crucial.
Grenzen verleggen.
Sorry?
Grenzen verleggen, heb je wel eens gezegd, toch? Topvoetbal, dat is fysieke grenzen verleggen.
Sorry? Yeah. No, but that's what it is. You need to go to the limit, and especially Champions League, and also in the Eredivisie. When you have a schedule like this, you will always push each other to the limit, and then there will be phases, periods where you maybe go a little bit further than you actually should. But that also makes the difference from average players and top players.
Dankjewel.
Graag gedaan.
Mikos. Ja, trainer, we hebben je leren kennen als een rustig man. Hè. Je zegt dat Trauner weinig emoties toont, maar dat doe je hier in ieder geval ook niet zoveel. Maar hoe doe je dat nou in de kleedkamer na zo'n krankzinnige avond? Ga je een praatje houden, omhels je de spelers of kijk je rustig om je heen?
No, I think like any other coach, you say a few words to the boys afterwards and praise them for the work that they've done. Normally we don't celebrate draws, but I think this one is maybe a little bit more special. So I definitely told the boys also to be happy and enjoy this moment. That this is not an easy place to play. And then I think it is important to enjoy. Celebrate is maybe too big a word, but enjoy definitely and be proud of the work that you've done, and that's also why I said today it's not me. I did not do anything magical. It was the boys. They did magic the last 15 minutes. They got in the quality, and that's the biggest praise I can give to them.
En komt er dan ook een moment dat je nadenkt, de bookmakers hadden vooraf voorspeld dat jullie de zwaarste opdracht hadden in deze Champions League. Dat je na 5 wedstrijden al op 7 punten staat en eigenlijk heel dichtbij kwalificatie bent. Dat had natuurlijk niemand verwacht. Is er een moment dat je denkt, nou, dat hebben we toch maar even mooi voor elkaar gekregen? Of werkt dat niet zo in het voetbal?
Well, I think when we got the schedule, when we knew this is a soft draw, for sure. But at the same time, we also had confidence in our group and our players. They look forward to these games, and they have quality to compete here. We maybe did not expect us to pick up a win away in Benfica and also a draw here at Etihad. But these are the moments where you have to be spot on in order to pick up points, and that's why I praise these guys. And now it's up to us to give our supporters a good performance at home at the Cup. That's definitely the next step to take when we talk about Champions League.
Je zegt steeds dat je de spelers geef je alle credits. Aan de andere kant, als je in zo'n wedstrijd speelt en je stelt Harts Moussa op, daar had je ook Nieuwkoop kunnen zetten. Hè? Dan heb je iemand die goed kan verdedigen. Maar met Harts Moussa geef je ook een signaal af van we gaan onszelf zijn.
That was definitely the ambition and the aim. Not to adjust too much and to be too defensive, even though I think you also saw at the 4-5-1 in the first half we were quite low in the block, which I also think you have to. But at the same time, we wanted to play with two proper wingers that could also hurt Man City on some transitions or individual quality, like both of them, both Igor and Anis actually put in. I did not expect that it was minute 75 to 90 that they will shine the most. I was maybe hoping a little bit earlier, but there was definitely ambition. Also, when I talked to Quinton and David during these days, they had the same feeling. No, we have to stay loyal to how we want to do things, and we have to try to go and play our chance from the qualities that we have, and that's why I'm proud of these boys. They took in the defensive work really well. When we stayed in Rotterdam yesterday and did a good job, and today they got it out on the pitch as well.
Okay, dankjewel.
Niemand meer? No more questions? Okay, thank you everyone.
Thanks.
Safe trip
Thank
home.
you. Okay, bye-bye.